Hello champion, George Duarte here from the George's Live Cooking Show. Today is October 8th, 2019. What we're going to do today in this cooking show is I'm going to make a vegan chocolate frosting, which is awesome. We're going to get right to it. So here we go. This is the cake. I already made the cake. The cake has already been made. It's already been cooled. It's fired up, ready to go. We have some cacao powder, which is like chocolate or cocoa powder. We have some powdered sugar. I'm using some vegan, plant-based, as you can see, cream cheese, and I got some plant-based butter. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and put the butter in the food processor. We're going to use some vanilla, so I'm going to take some vanilla and put the vanilla in. That's about a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to add the cream cheese. Take the cream cheese out and look, put the cream cheese in. So this is a 8 ounces of cream cheese, vegan cream cheese. And we got a stick of butter. I believe that's the what's this one? This is the Earth Balance that we're using. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the food processor on top, and then we're going to pulse, just kind of pulse, pulse, pulse. We really want to get that mix nice. If you can you look in there? Can you see in there? Can you get up, look around and see in there? So you can see how creamy it is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead back. I'm going to put some more on here. Let this go. Next thing, we're going to go ahead and add the powdered sugar. Now we might need to add some more to it just to get it nice and sweet. And I believe that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put some more in here just to make sure. We don't want it to be too sweet, but we want it to be just right. So I'll go ahead and put this back in. Let that mix. Okay. Gonna scrape the edges down. You can come in tight for me. I'm gonna scrape the edges down. I'm gonna scrape the edges down nice. Put this back on. See if it's sweet enough. Yeah, I think that's sweet enough. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the carrot powder, because we're making a chocolate frosting. A vegan chocolate frosting. Okay, we're gonna put this back in. Let that blend nice like. You can see a little bit of that dust flying around. We really want to mix this up nice. So this is like a vegan buttercream with the vegan cream cheese, the butter, the vegan butter, and also we added the the sugar. I'm gonna put just a little bit more of the powdered sugar in it, just to give it a little bit more sweetness, because the cake is not as sweet. So he wanted to kind of let it balance it off. So we're gonna spin it again, pulse it again, let that mix in nice. Just mixing everything together. Can you see above that? You want that to be nice and mixed real nice, which is cool. Nice and creamy. Really creamy, creamy, creamy. Let me just make sure it's the right. Yeah. That's good right there. It's got a nice strong chocolate flavor to it. I'm gonna add just a little bit more of the powdered sugar, just a little bit more. You kind of gauge the powdered sugar based upon how sweet you want it or how sweet you don't want it. That's how I do it, is to make sure that it's just the right amount of sweetness. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and kick it right up again. Nice and easy like. You want to make sure this is mixed all the way through. Nice and mixed all the way through. Let me just make sure you got the right amount of sweetness again. Yeah, that's good right there. Chocolatey. It's almost got like a mousse flavor, a mousse taste to it. So now we're gonna move the plate over. We're gonna unplug this, and I'm going to take a bowl, get a bowl, and I'm going to put the frosting in the bowl, like so. Now, if you want to, you can also let this kind of chill a little bit in the refrigerator, because obviously this is going to kind of, just the heat alone from mixing it together kind of gives it that kind of melted look to it. So we want to make sure we get all these edges off. Get all the edges off of here. And there's always some leftovers for the kiddos. And you can leave that for the kiddos to play with, because I'm trying to get as much as I can out of here. Right, so I added what I did was I added let me get a paper towel real quick. I added to that that's nice there. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and, what I did was I added some of the vanilla to it. So now what I'm going to do is just going to start frosting the cake. And we probably won't use all of this frosting. You can use it for another recipe. Just make sure you put it in the refrigerator. Just put that in the refrigerator. So we start off like that. So this is not a deep chocolate. See, sometimes those spots don't mix all the way through. But what I want to do is, I'm eventually going to go to, I'm going to go ahead and order me a thing to spin the cake around. So when you're doing your cake, that's a little bit of the cream cheese that didn't mix through all the way. I'll make sure I get enough on here. Or I should say enough. Yeah, enough on here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around. I'm going to take some around, take some off, and go around. I'm going to go around. Just like that. Nice. Nice. And you can take this cake and put it in the refrigerator and let this frosting set, which is a good idea, especially if you're doing this when it's warm. That frosting will be struggling. That frosting will be struggling to not get melted, or I shouldn't say not get melted, but it will be melting. What I'm going to do too is I'm going to put a little bit of some chocolate, some dark chocolate shavings on here as well. We want to make sure we go all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. All the way around. All the way around. Do a little bit more on the side. Because this is a one layer cake, so you don't have to have a whole lot in here, on here, but we want to make sure we got enough. That's a must. Because the worst thing is to have a cake with just a little bit of frosting on it. You go to bite into it and it's like, oh man. What I'm going to do too is I'm going to do another cooking show making this cake, so you guys can kind of see where this cake came from. So I'm just kind of going around, making sure we got all the edges. Making sure we get all the edges around. I'll put a little bit more on top. A little bit more on top. And this is something I kind of learned. I'm trying to remember where I got it from. But if you do like this, you kind of give the cake a nice palatable image, if you will. So next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of this chocolate, a little bit of the chocolate, and some dark chocolate, and I'm going to just take one piece off of here and just kind of just put it on top. And it's okay if it goes around the edges, because guess what? When you're doing this for your dinner party, everybody's going to be like, oh wow, where'd you get that cake from? Did you get it from the store? And you can tell them, no, I made this cake. See, I'm just tapping off the extra. It's just giving it a little more body. Boom, that's it. Oh, I'm putting the wrong thing away. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to kind of brush off the excess around the plate, and then we'll take a picture of it. Take a picture of it, and then guess what? It'll be ready to be served, how we say. So that's it, guys. Let's kind of recap with this cake. See how nice it looks? You guys see how nice that looks? It really looks nice. So as we recap, we did 8 ounces of cream cheese. It's a vegan cream cheese. We did a stick of butter from Earth Balance. We did about 5 tablespoons of some cacao powder. Excuse me. We also did about a teaspoon of the vanilla, and also we added all of that with the cream cheese, the cacao powder, and the powdered sugar. All that, we added it all together. Make sure you blend it up really good, and depending on how sweet you want it will determine how much powdered sugar you put in it. So here we have it right here. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Okay, let me get a picture of it for you guys. Oh yeah, this is a chocolate cake. Chocolate cake. Anybody for chocolate cake? Yeah, chocolate cake. So now the next thing we have to do is take a piece and let my son taste it, because this is day 2. I'm water fasting, so this is my day. I did it Monday. This is day 2. Monday, Tuesday. So this is day 2 of the water fast. So I won't be eating it. So let's just go right in, shall we? This is kind of a dense cake, but guess what? It's okay. There we go. Now, it's a dense cake, dense vegan cake. Let me see if I can put this like that. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another picture of the slice of the cake. Slicey! It's almost like a fudge cake. Then we go ahead and take this out. And I'll have my son, you keep on focus over there. I'm going to have him taste off camera the cake. And then we'll let him talk after he finishes smacking. He's smacking, y'all. See, hear him smacking? You hear him smacking, y'all?
Good.
See, it's almost like a fudge brownie cake. Yeah, see that there? I have to take a snap picture. I'm gonna have to snap a picture of that, I believe. Snap a picture of the chocolate cake. All right. So there you have it. Now guess what too? You can actually, if you wanted to, you could sprinkle some nuts on there, give it a little bit more, love. But as a whole, man, it's out of control. So guys, make sure you share this video, like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel below, to the right, to the left, or above, depending on where the link is. We really appreciate that. Also, make sure you get tied into our database by going to www.sauceforme.com. Put your name and email in. You'll get 7 free recipes. And you'll be tied into all the products and services that we offer. We have 4 amazing flavors of barbecue sauce. We also have an amazing rub. We're going to be rolling out our prepackaged vegan meals. So watch your emails for that. You guys are awesome. I'm George Duhar from Georgia Live Cooking Show. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. You guys are awesome. God bless. Till tomorrow. Fired up.